Galaxy 666 by Pel Toro. Session 31.
Welcome back to Galaxy 666. As always, your faithful guide Tug here. Pel is at it again in the first paragraph. Recalling sessions 26 and 28, where he is describing his floor and a bottle, here again we have Pel, imagination already overtasked, describing something within view of him at that moment. However, this time I admit to being a little nonplussed as to what this item might be. This may cause you to question if he is describing a real item at all, and in evidence of this theory I would put forward this singular observation. His description of the item in question has zero bearing on the story. It sets no mood, is not important to the plot, affects our characters in no way. It is simply description of an undefined thing, apparently with a white label, upon which is a green and black design. If you wish, treat it as a riddle, because there's nothing else to be done with it. In Session 30, Chapter 8 of the book, we strike another defining characteristic of Reverend Fanthorpe's writing during his Badger years, and that is the listing of similar terms to fill space. Ishklaw has the most fun with it toward the end of the chapter and gives us some great examples. It's a harsh, raucous world, inharmonious and unharmonious, unmelodious and unmusical, untunable and untuneful. Now Pel is just making up words. But Ishklaw is not the only character here jumping on the listing bandwagon. Oski has a go. It's as though the whole place were strangely camouflaged, as though it were a mask, a visor, or a veil. Somewhere something is hiding, lurking, skulking, a wolf in sheep's clothing, an obfuscating planet, a disguised planet, a furtive planet. It's reticent. Bronit, despite being reported at a loss for words, regurgitates plenty of them. Everything is discord and dissonance. It's a planet of disharmony in a galaxy of disharmony. It's disagreeable, harsh, a cacophony, a world of babble. It has confused sounds, a pandemonium, tumult, racket, out of tune. It jangles, it's discordant. And also nooks, crannies, holes, niches, corners, secret passages, and underground rooms. Even Pel takes a shot at it. The planet seemed to be a disguised planet, a kind of galactic hideout, a lair in space. It was a den, a kind of retreat. One of Lionel's legendary techniques was his heavy use of a thesaurus. I, too, have been guilty of that as one quickly runs out of ways to say he did an excellent job on a personal evaluation, and so we would, if I might be so bold to coin my own term, thesaurusise. Pel is the master of thesaurusizing. And don't make a mistake, he isn't looking to add depth and detail. It's strictly to add words. Here are a few additional random notes from Session 30.
Listen to Grandfather.
What? Where did this line come from? All of these guys are in their 20s. Who is he talking to? Who is he talking about? And who is talking? Great Ishklaw and Korzak moment.
What do you think, Korzak?
Asked Ishklaw. The two exchanged glances of deep understanding that were somehow part of their stock and trade.
I don't know.
Wow. What is the deeper understanding? Korzak has no clue. Oddly enough, I got that as well. But again, this is all part of the enigmatical nexus between Ishklaw and Korzak that apparently is a greater secret than the weird planet or the incredible galaxy had to offer, which I don't doubt, as we, the brutalized readers, never find out what all that nonsense is about. I also wanted to highlight the Bronit comment of, "I know how you feel," which causes Ishklaw and Korzak to exchange glances, almost as though to say, there is more in that remark than he knows. What more is there? As the story clearly lacks detail, I felt it appropriate to take the liberty of adding some of my own. At a later time, Bronit passes through a wormhole and becomes a cat. I hope that helps explain it. Despite all, the storyline does get a small nudge as we again touch on the topic of a discordant galaxy, one where randomness and nonsense is the norm. This really is where all of this is supposed to be heading. Final highlight on a fantastic quotable from Galaxy 666. Words are only vehicles in which ideas can ride. Ishklon Korzak had stopped the vehicles, taken the ideas out of them, and made them their own, refurnished them with new vehicles, with new thought carriers, and locked them away in their own minds as part of their own memories, of their own personalities. Which basically means they used even more words. Well, who's to blame them, or Pell, as we still have much to see in
Galaxy 666.
Here ends Session 31.